Hello everybody, it is Nicole with A-Frayed-Knot hopping on to do some painting with you. If you're not seeing that live button up there, you're probably catching the replay, and that's okay. Just say hey and let me know you are watching. Tell me where you're watching from and settle in, because we are going to take this really cute flower pot that I got from the Dollar Tree. I don't even remember when I got this. I've had it for a little while, but it's springtime, so they probably have flower pots out again. The thing that I like about this flower pot is the texture that is on it. Now, the color is not bad. I think it's cute. You can kind of see the flowers that pop out. They are textured, so they're like raised up. So we can actually paint this any color that we like and bring that out with another color. Kind of like I showed you last night with the bunnies, but we're going to do it on something tonight like this flower pot, just to give you ideas of all the different ways you can kind of upcycle different items that you might have that have texture on it. You could literally paint them and bring that texture out in just a whole different way. And that's kind of what we did last night with the bunny, and we're going to do it tonight with the flower pot. So, all right, let me get this going too, because, you know, I see comments here and sometimes not. Hey, Sandy, how are you? Hi, Tina. Hello, Kelly. Good evening, Donna. Hey, Dana. Hello, Vicky and Ellen. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Barb. Hi, Tarula. You guys let me know if you've seen these at Dollar Tree, because it was at least last spring when I got this. I got it with the very intentions of doing what I'm doing with you guys tonight. Only I haven't done it yet because, well, there's just not enough time to make all the things that I have in my brain. So, after we did the bunny last night and I talked about this, I had it here and I said, let's just do it. So I am going to actually use the color Cottage Green, because do you remember our little frog garden stake right there? I actually am going to get flowers to put in this, and I thought that garden stake would be really cute in this flower pot with some flowers. I don't have the flowers tonight, but when I get them, I'll definitely put it all together and show you guys. It's those size of garden stakes that I like to put in little flower pots like this. And I have flower pots like this all over my yard, and I have tons of those small garden stakes. So I just stick them in and they say all kinds of different things. So anyway, Dana said she used the IOD Iron Orchard Designs Blossom Mold on some terracotta pots. Oh, I bet that is amazing, Dana. That sounds really cool. Hey, Terry, how are you? So, we're going to start with the color Cottage Green. Now, the April paint pack is not out yet, but it will be out on Monday at noon. So you guys get ready. All right. But for now, you can get these colors that I'm using. I think I linked it up. It should be in the little chain link. And don't forget to use the bundle codes. And I'm also going to use the color Cotton. But we're going to start with Cottage Green. And we're going to paint the whole thing in the color Cottage Green. So there very well will probably be a part 2 to this. And not tomorrow, because tomorrow is Wood Pack Wednesday. And I have something fun in store for tomorrow. But, and I'm not going to do a spoiler. Normally, I always give you guys sneak peeks and tell you, because I'm the worst at that. But I'm not going to tonight. But maybe Thursday, I will have some flowers and we could put this together and then see what it looks like. Like, we'll do a little potting thing and put that in there. But for tonight, we're just going to paint it up and see what it's going to look like using the color Cottage Green. Teresa said she hasn't seen the pot. It is very cute, isn't it? Hey, Beth, how are you? How is the baseball game? All right. So, like I said, Cottage Green, because I thought, now you could literally paint it any color. And I landed on Cottage Green really quick because I thought it would be really cute with that frog garden stake. And, hey, Rich, how are you? And I don't think, okay, so, no, my mom's not on here, I don't think. I haven't seen her pop in. But, so my mom and dad's anniversary is tonight, and real quick, I kind of want to give this to her because I think she likes that frog garden steak. I could be wrong, but I was thinking I'll pot this and put that in there for her birthday. Hope she's still not on here. Okay, she's not on here. Hopefully she won't watch the replay. But even if she does, that's okay. Because she told me she wanted a rose bush, and she likes the things that I make. So there you have it. And she told me to give her both a rose bush. Yeah, their anniversary is today. And I went over there earlier and visited with them for a little bit and took them some bundt cakes. So, all right. So you can kind of see, all right, you could see a little better now that how the flowers on this are raised. And this is plastic. You can literally paint on anything with the paint. So that's always really nice. We can even seal this after we're all done. I get a lot of questions about sealer, and we can even seal this. I'll show you the sealer that I use, and we could definitely spray it onto this. That's just going to kind of help to preserve it a little bit longer. But the bottom line is, if your stuff is outside, the elements are, and especially if you're using wood, a lot of times I'm using wood, wood stuff. But the sun and the elements are eventually will deteriorate or fade, whatever your project is. So like, for example, with this one, and I mean, it takes a lot of years. It doesn't just happen, over one season, because I've got stuff out in my yard that I have literally had for like 20 plus years. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's perfectly fine, because I have, put the things back together, after many years. If they start to come apart, I resecure them, or I might even, like if the lettering is fading on them, I'll re-letter them, kind of freshen them up a little bit. And some stuff I have that is just, it's on its last leg, but that's okay. I mean, that's, nothing is going to last forever, especially when you have it outside. But it definitely does help to seal something. So whenever I've got stuff outside, I definitely give it a little. Sorry, I was getting I don't know if it messed the video up because I forgot to put this on, but someone was trying to call me. Of all times. So hopefully it didn't interrupt the video. But all we're going to do is get a coat of cottage green on this, and then the magic is really going to happen. If it froze, that's why. I apologize. Apologize for that. Hi, Jan. Thank you for sprinkling. Oh, thank you, Tina. Thanks, Rich. Thank you, Beth. I know they appreciate that, you guys. Thank you. Hi, Geneva. Oh, thank you, Barb. Yes, you guys, the monthly kits are out. Look, that's them right there. It's a ladybug door hanger and the bee shelf sitter. Did you guys see the live that I did this afternoon? I don't know if it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock, something like that. I went live and showed the monthly kits and talked about them and had the links all together just to make it easier to find on that live. So they're available. Happy April 1st. I cannot believe this year is flying by. We're already 4 months into the year. 4 months. Can you believe that? Whew. Needs to slow down a little bit. Just a little. This is too much. It's too fast. Oh, okay. Thank you, Susan. I was wondering because I didn't have this. Usually I have my iPad on and I forgot to put it on. So thank you for letting me know. All right. What I'm going to do is just put it this way. It'll just make it a little bit easier to paint. And we just have a little bit left. It really was cute in the gray with the, you can kind of see a little bit of the white in the flowers, but I like gray. Don't get me wrong. I do like gray, but I just thought to brighten it up a little bit would be nice. I'm just making sure. So what I like to do, especially with pieces that have the texture, or that especially like the bunny that had a lot, I like to just go back over it and make sure I didn't miss any spots, because sometimes as you're brushing over it, I should put this in the picture so you can see it. Sometimes as you're brushing over it, you miss spots, especially inside of like the textured part. So I like to just kind of make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, I think that looks good. I think I got it all pretty good. So we're gonna need to dry it so you can kind of see. This almost reminds me of a lampshade. It kind of reminds me, maybe it's just the shape, reminds me of a lampshade. Hey, Catherine, how are you? So we do want to make sure we get it nice and dry. If we don't make sure it's completely dry, what will happen is like the white and the green will just start blending together. So what I kind of decided to do is I'm going to paint a little bit of the cottage green just on the inside rim, just a little. And I'll tell you why, because the potting soil isn't going to go all the way to the top. I mean, it can kind of start out like it's going to go all the way to the top, but it'll settle down in a little bit. So I want it to be able to see the cottage green a little on the inside as well. I don't really want to see the gray. Okay, so we're just going to get it dry and then we're going to do that. Oh, Dana said she's never seen them at her Dollar Tree. It's been at least a year that I've had this. I'm going to have to look and see if I see them again. But you can literally do, so this one is from Dollar Tree, but you can find pots that have texture on them. You definitely can. I've gotten pots at Home Goods before and repainted them. Okay, I'm gonna have to, it's a little dusty on the inside, so I'm gonna wipe it out. I could have painted right over the dirt. It would have been perfectly fine, but oh, hello, Mom. My mom is on. And she says, thank you for all the happy anniversary wishes. So I'm not going to go all the way in. I'm not going to paint the entire inside of the pot. Maybe just a couple inches. That's it. And again, that's just so if the dirt settles. you'll still see like the green from the cottage green color there. So you can kind of see. There, that looks pretty good. Okay, that's good. I keep saying that's good, and then I go down a little bit further and a little bit further, but I'm pleased with that. So I'm going to get the inside just dried a little bit, and then we're going to start on the outside. Hey, Jeanette, how are ya? Hi, Tabitha. Hello, hello. So on some sections, there was kind of like a glob of paint. And what I did is I just sort of tapped it down with my finger and then just dried it. Just so it wasn't like a bubble. Because when I come back in with the cotton color, I don't really want the paint to blend together and make a different color. I don't think it would look bad. Okay. So we are going to need baby wipes again. So I'm just going to get a few out to get us started. And then we're going to need the cotton color. And let's see if I have a, did I use them all? Okay, I'll use this one. I guess I need to wash my brushes out. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so we're using the cotton. And then we'll just kind of start in small sections here. And we're going to need the baby wipe. Just like that. So then don't forget, as you wipe and it fills up with paint on your rag, if you want more green to show through, then you're going to have to switch it out. But you do have a lot of the cotton color on there, so you can always use it to kind of go back over it as well. Oh, I like the way that looks. I like that. I think that looks good. So you see how this is filled up with the cotton color paint now. So if I get a clean one, a clean baby wipe, and just kind of go over it, then it'll reveal more of the cottage green. And if you reveal too much, like I wiped it completely off of this flower right here, I could just add some more. And then just lightly come in, just like that. You know, and you could leave it, leave the cotton color heavier in some areas and not as heavy in others. So we'll go all the way to the bottom so you can see it. And then we'll just kind of work our way all the way around. That looks good. So you can see the cotton heavy in some areas and not heavy in others. And then we'll just go all the way around. We're going to end up using, because this is pretty big, so we're probably going to use quite a few baby wipes. Okay. And then you can see I did like that whole section right there. So we're just going to come and wipe it back. Wipe, wipe. Let me get ready with a few more. I haven't decided, Jeanette, and as I sit here and think about it, because I've been thinking about what kind of flowers I might put in here, I haven't decided. I think it's just going to depend when I go to the garden center what they have. I think it's really going to depend on that. But I was thinking about it, and I will probably try to go to the garden center by Thursday, because as I sit here and think about it, the more I think about it, I think we will do that Thursday. I'll set our camera up outside on a little table so we could be outside. We're hardly ever outside, and I thought that might be fun for you guys to, for us to do the live out there, and then I'll set up a little table and pot this with you. I thought that would be something different and fun to do. Okay. I'm going to give this another brush right here and then wipe it back because it looks kind of choppy. Well, I guess it's going to stay looking choppy. Okay. So you can see what it's looking like. Okay, we're going to do this little section right here. So you want to make sure you get the color I'm using is cotton. So the top color that you're using, which in our case right now is cotton, you want to make sure you get that down into all these crevices here on the textured part. So in the flowers, I just really want to make sure I get get that cotton color all the way down in there. Kind of wiped back too much right here, so I'm just re-adding. You can tell when it's filled up with paint because it starts just kind of wiping the paint around, so it leaves it there. It doesn't really remove it. And to a degree, I do want to remove some of it. That looks good. I like that. And then once we get our first layer around, we'll dry it, see what it looks like, and we might want to go over it a little bit more. See, I want to make sure I get it all down in them crevices there. Okay, so you can kind of see how I just wipe it back and it leaves like that. We'll see, we have that little section left right there. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Yes, I think you will love this. Hi, Marcia. Happy Tuesday. Tina, yes. Tina said she remembers crafting outside. I used to craft outside. Oh, yes, Barb. This would be a great... Do you have one? Or you're going to go find something? It would be a great Mother's Day gift. Yes, and then you could make a little garden stake from the woodworking group and put it in there. That would be an awesome gift. Yes, he was on a stick, Jeanette. I don't know if you could see him, but he's right there inside. He's on the top of that tree. He was on a stick. He's a garden stake. So that's why I'm painting this in the color green that I did, because I thought he would be very cute in here. So yes, that's kind of my plan, is to put him in here. This is a great idea for all my woodworkers, because we have a handful of garden stakes in our library for the woodworking group. That would be adorable in here. Oh, Joanne said she remembers crafting outside also. Yep. We used to. There was a period of time in, I want to say, oh gosh, maybe it might have been the summer of 2020. It might have even been 2021, like the spring. It was warm, I know that, but my Wi-Fi connection was horrible. It might have been more like 2021. And yeah, I think it probably was. And so I started crafting outside on the back porch because I was closer to the house that way. I think it was spring 2021. And then as the weather started getting hotter, I ended up having to go inside because it was too hot outside. But yeah, now that I think of it, I think that did start in spring. I'm going to add a little bit over this guy right here. So I'm just kind of coming back in and just kind of fixing it a little, adding a little more where I think it might need it. And in the sections where I've kind of rubbed the paint away, I'm just adding a little bit more back. Some of the sections I'm just kind of dusting a little bit more with the cotton. If I think it just needs a dusting of it, that's all I'm doing, is just going around and dusting it. But for the most part, I like the way that this looks. This might need to get wiped back just a little bit. Yep, that looks good. And then, okay, so you can kind of see what it's looking like all the way around. And if you want to wipe it back more, you can certainly wipe it back more. If you want to see more of the green and less of the cotton color, then you just wipe it back a little. I did go in and add a little bit more cotton just because I like the look of it. And then in some of these sections right here, if you wanted to see more of the cottage green color, you can just kind of wipe that back. But I like the look of it, and I like seeing the cotton. And if you wanted to come in, oh, did I put that in the, I think I did. I'm gonna get another brush because I put it in the, and if you wanted to come in and just kind of dry brush around here with some cotton. Just to kind of add a little something. And then I'm going to show you what the sealer looks like that I use. Just set that right there. Okay, this is the sealer that I use right here that I'll just spray right on it. I'm not going to spray it in here because I'm inside and Clyde is in here, and then the smell will just kind of linger around for a while. So I definitely spray it in the outside, like in the open, and I'll just spray the whole thing with it and let it set for a little bit. And just like any type of spray paint that you would use, you just want to do a little at a time so it doesn't run. But I'll definitely spray it with that. And then I think what we will do is I'll get some, you know what would be cute too, is to take like some jute rope and tie it around. I like to do that kind of stuff on things. You might not, you don't have to, but I do like to just add little bits of, I'm going to show you, but I'll probably take it back off because I want to spray it, and then I'll put the jute rope back on. But you can definitely bring the jute rope around a couple of times. Let me show you what I mean. So I would just kind of take it right up under here, just like this. And then bring it to whatever point is going to be the front for you. If this is going to be the front, I'm going to see if this will go all the way around. Nope. It won't go all the way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten that side a little because it doesn't need to be that long. And then I'll bring it right up under that lip right there. There is a little lip on there. And then I'm going to bring it to a point right here and then just hold it. And that'll be like the front. And then what I'll do is bring it all the way around. And I might just leave it and spray right over it. I might do that rather than have to do this again later. I'm going to go around 3 times. So this is my 3rd pass right here. So there will be 3. All right, let me set that right there. There will be like 3 layers of the jute rope here. There we go. And then I'll just cut it. And then we're going to tie it off into a bow. I'll probably go ahead and put a little, I didn't turn the hot glue gun on, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it on because what I'll probably do is put just like a little bit of hot glue right there just to hold that in place because it's kind of wanting to flop over. And then it'll kind of keep that, it'll keep it in place. And then I'll probably put some back here also. But you can kind of push that up. And I'm going to go ahead and just leave it at this point, and then I'll just spray the sealer right over the jute rope. It's not going to hurt it or anything. So that'll just add a little bit. It just adds a little bit of something, and then we'll just hot glue it so it'll stay up. And then there is our pot. I think it's cute. I like it. It just gives it a whole nother look, basically. And on Thursday we'll meet outside, and we'll be out in the yard, and we'll just do a little potting. And the surprise will be what I decide to put in here because I have no idea. There's all kinds of flowers that I love. Like I love the snapdragons and pansies and all that kind, you know, all the spring flowers that they probably have out right now. But I'm just going to take a look and see what there might be. And then we're definitely going to pot it and put the frog garden stake in here. I think there might still be some of those left. I'm not 100% sure though. But he was Woodpack Wednesday last week, I think. So he's super fun, and I think he'll be very cute in this pot. I'm going to actually get him down, and we're going to see what he'll look like in here. Yes, he will be very cute in this pot, just kind of picture some flowers coming up out of here, about to right here. And he's just going to go in there just like that. And he's going to be super cute. It was like this was meant for him because it's green also. So that's why I did that, because I thought it would be very, very cute. Thank you, Trula. Aw, thank you, Hannah. Aw, thank you, Barb. And Vicky, thank you so much. Glad you guys like this. So super easy. You can see this took no time at all to do. So yeah, there we have it. I hope you enjoyed this and you find something to paint that, you know, has some texture on it. Let me show you the little bunny from last night that we did. So this was we did the bunny in the frame also, but I decided to go ahead and pull him out, and same concept that I did tonight. So that just goes to show you that you can literally, I'm looking around to see what else I have. Let me show you. Well, I didn't really do the same thing on that, but I'll tell you something else that's good to paint on that has the texture also is the Dollar Tree cookie sheets. I'll show you what I mean. Now, I didn't do the same technique, but this is something I painted. This is a printable that we found online, and I don't really remember all the details for it, but it's a printable. You can use any printable. My friend Kim from Tattered Designs, she shares beautiful printables all the time. I'm gonna have to get one, and we're gonna have to make one of these. So all this is a Dollar Tree cookie sheet. You see all that texture on there? You could do the same thing with a Dollar Tree cookie sheet and paint it and then wipe it back with another color to see all of that texture that's in there. So there are tons of things you can paint on that have texture. So these are just a couple of ideas. So just remember that when you see something and you're like, I like it, but I don't really like the color of it. Well, paint it. We can upcycle anything. So there we have it. I'm gonna let this glue gun heat up, and then I'm gonna give that a little dab of glue just to hold it in place. So that is it. Hi, Rose. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. I appreciate that. So that is our pot for tonight. Thursday, we will come back and pot it. So make sure to join me then, but I'll also be back tomorrow night for Wood Pack Wednesday. So don't miss that one. I have something fun in mind for us. So thank you so much for being here with me tonight. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.